Why do I want to get married so bad?
Yeah, that
Could you
was
help me
my
with that?
What does it mean to have somebody commit to you?
That I'm worth it.
What else does it tell you about yourself?
It tells me that I'm beautiful. What nobody told me growing up.
So it's very clear why you want that commitment so bad.
Oh my goodness. Jocelyn speaks for a lot of women when she says that being in a committed relationship validates her. Being in a committed relationship makes her feel worthy. And being in a committed relationship makes her feel beautiful because somebody forgot to tell her that she was beautiful. You may be pushing to be in a committed relationship or even in an unproductive relationship, maybe in an emotionally abusive relationship. You may be in a relationship where somebody doesn't show up for you emotionally, or somebody lacks commitment. Maybe somebody cheats on you, or maybe you're just not happy because you realize that you have settled. I'm here to tell you, if somebody forgot to tell you you are beautiful, it doesn't mean you're not beautiful. And if somebody forgot to tell you that you were enough, I'm here to tell you that your creator would not have created you if he didn't deem you to be beautiful and amazing. Everything our creator created, he deemed to be good and very good. And just because somebody projected their emotional wounds off on you and made you feel less worthy and made you feel like you wasn't enough doesn't mean you are not enough. Maybe daddy walked away from you. Maybe he wasn't there for you. And so you feel like if daddy didn't want me, then maybe I'm not valuable enough. So I have to settle for whoever I get because my own father didn't want me. Or maybe daddy was in your household or mommy was in the household, but they didn't have the capacity to give you the love and and the emotional support that you needed to sustain you and make you feel validated as a young person. Maybe you were compared to other people, and so that made you feel like you wasn't enough. Maybe you were in a narcissistic environment growing up and your parents were so selfish that they could not see your needs. Maybe your parents, or you were in an environment where somebody was super harsh in your life. And so they gave you these feelings, or they helped you develop these feelings of shame and humiliation. Maybe somebody crossed boundaries and touched you as a child, and they made you feel worthless. They made you feel, why would somebody want me? I'm damaged goods. Maybe you was in a relationship and somebody told you that you were too big or too small or not enough this or not enough that. I'm here to tell you that the people in your life that told you or was harsh or overly criticized you and said hurtful things to you, that made you feel worthless, they lied. And when somebody touched you and made you feel like damaged goods, they were wrong. Just because somebody hurting people hurt people, and hurting parents hurt children, but it doesn't mean you're not worth it. It doesn't mean you're not amazing. Today, I'm going to encourage you, for the fears that plague your mind, just like Jocelyn's, the fear of being unworthy and the fear of not being beautiful enough, the fear of not being enough, the fear of being rejected, the fear of being abandoned, the fear of not being able to measure up, the fear of failing. I want you to address each one of your fears. I want you to say, these are the fears that I have. Write down those fears. Identify your fears. And when you identify those fears, I want you to say, what situation in my life caused me to develop these fears? And if it was because dad wasn't there, I need you to say to dad in your heart, you don't have to reach out to dad. Dad, just because you wasn't there, just because you didn't show up, just because you were abusive, just because you didn't give me what I needed emotionally, didn't mean I didn't deserve it. And that was your loss, because I am a pretty amazing individual. And if you were with a child and you find out that you were overly criticized and somebody was always telling you who you wasn't and what you wasn't and you couldn't do this enough, or they were mad at you for not doing it right and you could never feel like you were doing anything right, for that right there, I need you to identify it and say, although you